Teachers Pay Teachers site-wide sales can be an awesome money-making time. But if you just finished a sale and found that you didn't actually make that much money and you're kind of wondering why, then you're in the right place. Today we're gonna chit chat about why, you know, some people make more money in the sales than others and what you can do in order to make sure that next time you're actually making significant money. So grab a cup of coffee or some tea or some water or whatever, and we're gonna sit down and chit chat. I don't even have notes for this because I wasn't planning on doing it until just now. So we're gonna wing it and it's gonna be a great time. Welcome to the video. Don't forget to hit subscribe and let's jump in. So we just finished up the TPT bonus sale. Well, actually we are currently finishing up the TPT bonus sale. And every time there's a sale, I like to kind of put a poll out and see just kind of how it's going, and I always get some people who are like, oh, everything's great, and then I always get a couple people who are very discouraged, very frustrated, and just overall not excited about the amount of money that they are making. So I wanted to address that today. And now if you're like, Becca, how do you know what to do about this? Well, I will say that for me and for a lot of other sellers, the TPT site-wide sales are really good sales days. Yesterday was a great sales day, and I usually make more money on the second day than on the first day, so fingers crossed that today even surpasses that. Anytime we have a sale, I know that my sales are going to be way up, and it is very nice. And so if you have not found yourself in that boat, we're going to talk about kind of maybe some reasons and what you can do in order to change that next time. So let's start at the beginning. If you're new to TPT, hi, I'm Becca. We talk all things Teachers Pay Teachers over here, so if you are interested in that, don't forget to hit subscribe. I will also leave a link to a free Getting Started on TPT guide, so definitely check out that below. But basically, Teachers Pay Teachers has usually 5 sales every year. Now they change a little bit, so they could be a little different, but typically we have about 5 every year. They do not announce them until right before, so you just really got to keep your eyes open and, you know, make sure that you're paying attention to your emails that are coming in and stuff like that. But there's a couple of different sales every year, and they're usually around the same time. So what this means is TPT allows you to put your whole store on sale for 20% off, and then they add an extra 5% so people can get 25% off, which is more than you can offer alone. So it makes it like the best time to shop, and lots of people are shopping during the TPT sale. So what are some reasons that people might not be shopping your resources during the sale, and how can you fix it? Well, number one is, unfortunately, things that do well in the sale tend to be older resources, which means that if you have a brand new shop, you don't have any older resources. So if you're really new, then just bear in mind that it's probably just that you're new, probably just because you don't have very many resources, and it'll be okay. The good news being that during the next sale, your store will have been around for a couple of more months, and so hopefully you will just do better with time. Along with being new, if you don't have a lot of resources, then you obviously don't have as many opportunities to make sales as well. I often find that in the TPT sale, people will purchase multiple items from my shop, which means that if you don't have many items in your shop, then people can't purchase multiple items in your shop. So not having very many products can also contribute to that. I always suggest that when you start on TPT, you make your first goal to hit 50 products. Now, it doesn't mean just like throw up a bunch of random things that no one wants to buy, but it means that before you start worrying about pretty much anything else, you really want to look into making those 50 products so that you are filling up your store, filling up the shelves of, you know, if you were a real store, you'd be filling up your shelves so that there's stuff to sell. If you only have a few resources, then you don't have that much to sell. Along with that, be aware of your seasonal resources. Seasonal resources can be a huge moneymaker. They can be so helpful, but they can also be problematic because seasonal resources only sell during their season. So if you have, you know, 15 products, but 5 of them are Christmas products or they're, you know, whatever, people are only gonna buy those 5 during Christmas time. So really you only have like 10 products the rest of the year. So beware of how many seasonal products you have because of that issue. Again, I love seasonal products. They're super helpful. There is a time and a place for them, but if you're new, I really suggest that you make sure that you are filling up those evergreen products that can be sold any time of the year. Problem number 2, if you have been around for a while and you still aren't seeing many people purchasing items from your shop, one thing that it could be is not having very many higher ticket items. So in the TPT sale, I often find that bundles do very well. People will wait for a sale to purchase a bundle. A bundle being a group of resources that you can bundle together using TPT's bundle tool and then sell for a higher price. The reasoning being because if you have a $20 bundle and they're getting 25% off, they're now getting, what's that, a quarter? So they're getting it for $15. Right? I think that's right. So they're getting $5 off versus if they were to buy a $2 resource, they're only getting 50 cents off. So this is my dog, by the way. It's much more beneficial to the buyer to purchase larger resources so that they can get that discount. Larger resources or groups of resources. So if you don't have a lot of resources in your store that are higher tickets, that could also be an issue. For the next sale, see if you can bundle a couple of things together. So look for anything that can go together, whether that's different times of the year, so you can bundle all of your seasonal resources. You could also bundle, anything. If you have a bunch of subtraction activities, you can bundle those. If you have a bunch of coloring sheets, you can bundle those. All of those things can be bundled. Just really look at your store creatively and see what you can do. Problem number 3 is that you aren't marketing. The sales can be good even if you're not marketing because, again, people are shopping. However, I've always been a person who likes to take charge and do my own thing. So anytime that there's a sale, I make sure that I am marketing because I want everyone to know that there's a sale. If people don't know that there's a sale, they can't shop the sale. So if you're not marketing, then people don't know to go to your store. They don't know to go purchase your resources and they don't then purchase them. So this can be done obviously a bunch of different ways. I personally find that my email marketing is the best during the sales. I use the UTM codes that TPT allows you to create. I'll link a video about those down below to create custom URLs for each of my different emails. So I'll have, one campaign for my email on Tuesday and one campaign for my email on Wednesday. And I can look and see exactly what email people purchased from. So they went to my email, they clicked on that link and they purchased whatever it is they purchased. And I can see they came from that email. Y'all, no joke, I have made hundreds of dollars from single emails. And it is really powerful. I found this to be extremely helpful, especially starting last year was when I really noticed that this made a huge difference. And at the time, I think I had 2,000 people on my email list. Now I currently have 5,000. So I'm really interested to see how the data goes after I check it out this weekend. So I give it, a little bit of time to process and then look at it. But I'm interested to see what happens. My point being, make sure you're using your email list. Even if you don't have a big email list, use your email list. With the caveat of if you haven't been sending them emails, you probably shouldn't send emails. This is something I see from TPT sellers that I'm subscribed to that I haven't heard from in so long, I forget who they are. And then they send me a random email about the sale. And I'm like, I don't even know who you are, lady. Like, what are you doing? So make sure that you are in regular communication with your audience so that it's not a shock when you send them a sales pitch and send them emails, especially if you're going to send more than one. I do personally send more than one email. I typically send 3 or 4 actually. So I'll send one Tuesday morning, I'll send one Wednesday morning, and then I'll send one Wednesday afternoon. And sometimes I send one Wednesday night as well. But I always do the 3, and it just really makes sure that everyone who wants to purchase gets a chance to purchase and that they see it. I send them at different times of the day so you have a better chance of seeing them. And I really, really make an effort to make sure that people know. I also talk about the sale on Instagram and stuff like that, although Instagram's a little bit harder to track because you can't purchase like directly from Instagram on your phone, and so it's a little bit harder to like, you know, check out. But I do see sometimes I'll talk about something and then see an immediate spike, and so I figure that I can probably attribute that to my Instagram. Those things are really helpful. Again, I talk to my Instagram people every day, and so they're very used to hearing from me. So they're excited when we have a sale because I've been talking about my products, I've been talking about lessons, I've been talking about all these things, and now they have a chance to buy them at a discount. So really make sure that you are marketing. Do not rely on TPT to do your marketing for you. They will do some marketing. Again, there are plenty of people just shopping the sale anyway, but don't rely on them to do all the marketing for you. I don't know if this is a personality trait or what, but I just personally am like, I do not want to rely on anybody to make my business run. I want to be in charge of my business running. It's really helpful that Teachers Pay Teachers does have its own search and people who are already there, but I need to take it into my own hands to make sure that I am doing everything I can to do the sale. So if that means I need to start an email list and I need to get people on my email list, then that's what I need to do. You can make money even with just a small email list. And the biggest thing being, you know, if you're like, oh my gosh, well, Becca has so many people on her email list. First of all, I don't have that many people on my email list. Two, you know, I started at 0. And you're never gonna have 2,000 if you don't start at 0. So make sure that you are starting your email list so that you have something to do. So if you have not been marketing, your job for the next sale is to make sure that you are marketing and you are, you know, creating an email list or creating an Instagram or whatever, so that people will actually be there. You'll have an audience to talk to the sale, to talk about the sale with. You'll have an audience to tell that there is a sale. There we go. Words, Becca. All right, next up is you don't have very many resources that teachers want to buy right now. So this might seem contrary to what I already said, but I find that in the sale, a lot of times what does the best is the seasonal resources. So during the back to school sale, you know what sells? Back to school stuff, classroom decor, first day of school activities. Those sell very well. During the Black Friday sale, my sales are almost all holiday related. They're almost all, you know, Christmas and Hanukkah activities, and I hope to add some Kwanzaa this year. I don't have any Kwanzaa, so we're gonna add some stuff this year. That is what's selling in that sale. And so I find, and so just, you know, same thing for all of them. Although, yes, I do sell, you know, a variety of resources, I really find that whatever is seasonal to that moment is what is doing the best. And I think it's because it's seasonal, so you're like, oh, I could use this right now and it would be perfect. And then also on sale, it's like the perfect opportunity for people to purchase. So I actually found this in so there was like a back to school sale and then a bonus sale this year. And in the back to school sale, I didn't do as well as I wanted to. It was okay. It wasn't bad. I definitely was not complaining, especially after July, because July was just like crickets. But it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. And I looked at my stuff, I looked at my products, I looked at what was selling, and I realized it was because I don't actually have that many back to school things. And so I concluded that I needed some back to school things. And so I created a couple of back to school resources that have then been selling very well during this bonus sale only a few weeks later. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't have resources that teachers need right now, they may not be purchasing. Again, you want to have a variety of resources. You want the bulk of your resources to be good all year round. But having seasonal resources can really help boost your sales, especially boosting your sales during a sale. So you can invest in 1, 2, maybe 3 seasonal resources before the next sale. And the sales tend to be 2 to 3 months apart, so you can kind of plan it ahead that way to make sure that you have it ready ahead of time. All right, friends, I think those are the main things I wanted to point out that I see a lot of people who say they aren't making very much money in the sale. I often see that those are the main issues. either just being really new or not having enough products, not having products people want to buy right now, or not driving any traffic of your own. That's probably the biggest one that I see, is people just completely relying on Teachers Pay Teachers for traffic. And again, you can get some traffic from just Teachers Pay Teachers, but if you want to really, you know, take it to the next level, then you need to be driving your traffic, which means that you need to be building an audience, because you need people to talk to. And if you don't have an audience, then you don't have anyone to talk to. You don't have anyone to tell that there's a sale. So make sure that you're really doing those things. A couple of little frequently asked questions about the sale. Number one, you do need to a couple of frequently asked questions about the sale. Number one is that the things that do best during the sale are usually things that are older, that have been wish listed, and that are bundles. And again, seasonal resources do very well during the sales. I often find people are clearing out. This is exactly what I did. I went and I cleared out my wish list and purchased everything that I needed during the sale because I'd already been thinking about it. It's on my wish list, and so I went there first to purchase. Question number two is, people like to ask, how did my first sale go? It definitely didn't go as well as like this sale did, but my very first sale, I started selling in I think September, and so my first sale was the Black Friday sale, and it was probably the first time that I was like, I can totally do this. So my very first month on TPT, I made $7.25. My second month, I made $9.28. And then my third month, I made $44.28. And most of that was during the sale. So that was something that was really big for me, is when I started seeing like the double digits, that really spurred me on and made me excited and made me want to go and, you know, make things happen and make more products. And I did. And from there, it pretty much just goes straight up, other than during the summers and during the first few weeks of the pandemic, because that was rough. So yeah, $40 in all of November. Not great, but it was much better than I was doing with my, you know, $7 and $9. So it's all proportionate. It's not like you're making $7 and then you're suddenly gonna make $1,000 during the sale, you know, on the 2 days, but it is proportional, and it should be a little bit more because, you know, again, I saw the double digits, and that's kind of what spurred me on. And from then on, each sale has been kind of increasingly better since then. All right, we can talk all about the sale. If you have more questions and you want more like technical stuff, let me know in the comments if you want more like a technical, like how to do a sale video. I do have a video about how to prep for the sale, so definitely check that out. I will link it down below. And I think those were the main things that I wanted to go over. So if your last sale didn't go well, first of all, I'm sorry. Secondly, I hope that next time it does better. Look through your store, figure out like, okay, which of these things is kind of my issue, and then focus on that for the next few months. And hopefully during the next sale, you will find yourself doing a little bit better. So thank you so much for watching. If you have more questions, leave them down below or message me on Instagram. It's at Becca.e.davis. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.